The right to life should apply to all black men, whether on the street corners or in the classrooms or either in the workplace. Everybody should have the right to live their lives free of fear, and everyone should be treated with dignity and respect.
I can't lie, I almost cried when I seen the video of Tyree Nichols. And I can't lie, never thought the time would come with possible killers. Next time that we should rise above. Another mama crying, another flying dove. Another brother dying, oh Lord. Another sad situation, oh God. I feel the pain inside my bones. It hit me hard, it got me feeling like my soul crying. And yeah, it's true, they say the good die young. First you hear and then you go. Another story, another song crying. But hold on, and I know you been holding that pain in for so long. Don't trip, be getting about, they say no pain, no gain. Gotta stand tall in all weather, cause when it rains and storm, get an umbrella. Next time that we should rise above. Another mama crying, another flying dove. Another brother dying, oh Lord. Another sad situation, oh God.
I'm Kelvin Holmes, mother of Eric Holmes, murdered by a Clayton County cop back in November 2022. All I'm asking that is the law do their job while I try to survive. Eric Holmes, saying his name till the day I die. We won't stop.
First of all, I want to say you live and you learn, because we done played that song with not saying, without saying, I guess, what we were supposed to say. But I also want to say it was a gospel song. I've been playing 24 Heavy song and other songs the whole time. No problem. Which 24 Heavy, we already spoke with him and this his song and I'm in it, and we already got that clear. But that was just amazing. But we're back, and what we originally said was we come with no harsh intent. When I say Tasha Mosley name, despite of all the bad things that I have said, or not bad things, but things that is true that I have said about her, I can't stand here and say I hate this lady.
Right.
I stand here and say I don't like her actions. I don't like her actions for her county, for my son. I don't like her actions. Okay. And it's clear that what she has done is wrong, but we're not trying to bash these women. We're trying to say, hey, they're women just like us, not just like us, because they're a little bit different from us, man. You can
right, for sure.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it there. But these women, we're not trying to bash them. All we're trying to say is do your job if you're going to hold a position. And for Tasha, why did you let these kids get molested? That's all I want to know. The facts are clearly here. The emails are here. The evidence of cover-up is here. I'm not doing anything to defame your character or anything. It's true. And if it's not, come to the world and tell them or come show them. And you can't show them anything that's not proven. So that's why I stand on it. That's why I stand on saying, hey, you guys, she's already did enough defamation to her character as it is, okay, in her actions. Right. I'm not standing here just because I'm hurt. Yeah, I'm hurt. Yeah, she pissed me off. You get what I'm saying? But did she piss me off for me to come and just start saying stuff about her? No. Because if I do that, then I'll get in trouble. You can't just say stuff about people that you don't know, just like we can't play music that we ain't asked for permission for. So I get it. Now we get it on the song too. They will cut your butt off. But we're not defaming their characters, what we're saying. The warden inside of the Lancaster County Prison, Meg, is not trying to defame her character. We're saying, hey, you ladies are in some positions that we are dying in because of you and your actions and lack of accountability and all of the corruption. That's what we're saying, you guys. Go ahead, Meg.
Right. Yeah. So with that being said, I did find a clip from the Rainbow House cover up, and shout out to Fox 5 for bringing us this coverage. But let's see if we can play this one now for them.
At a Clayton County Youth Shelter and Child Advocacy Center. That new information comes after police arrested 3 people either accused of molesting a child or covering it up earlier this week.
Fox 5's Tyler Fingert is live at the Clayton County Police Department tonight. Tyler, how long do detectives think this had been going on?
Well, Russ, good evening to you. Clayton County investigators say these disturbing sexual misconduct allegations at a local youth shelter go back about 6 months. Police have arrested 4 people so far, but tell me, more arrests could come.
Rainbow House Incorporated in Jonesboro is meant to be a safe place for abused, neglected, and abandoned children. But Clayton County Police paint a different picture, one of sexual misconduct.
I would say this is one of the second worst cases I've seen.
Police accuse Caleb Randolph, who is now a former employee at Rainbow House, of inappropriate sexual conduct with at least 3 children at the facility. Detectives say Randolph's mother, Mia Kimber, who is the facility's executive director, tried to cover up the incident with the help of Monica Jones. Investigators say Randolph was initially fired in January, but was rehired a week and a half later.
We found that their behavior was criminal, greed, unprofessional, negligent, and not in the best interest of the juveniles. It was like watching a Netflix series unfold right before our eyes.
Investigators arrested a 4th employee this week, identified as Felicia Campbell. Detectives say she knew about the abuse, but failed to report it.
Trust was violated.
This father, whose identity we're not revealing, says at least one of his kids lived at Rainbow House in the last year. He says he is shocked and angry that this happened.
I hope that to the fullest extent of the law, they're prosecuted and they're labeled for what they are. To enable a sexual predator is dead wrong.
Detectives say the investigation launched this month after someone called police once they realized their reports weren't being looked into. Investigators say the children at Rainbow House are being relocated.
I would feel that the employees that were involved in the situation were unsafe to be around children, not necessarily that the facility itself was unsafe.
Police say more arrests could come as victims come forward. We have a full list of all the charges that these people are facing on our website, fox5atlanta.com. We are live in Clayton County tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Some absolutely terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Tasha Mosley, board chair of the Rainbow House. That clip was back in March. Is that correct, Ned? Because that's when the investigation. Okay. So that clip was back in March, you guys. So they're saying they went back 6 months prior to. Okay. So they're saying they went back 6 months. They got that report ago 6 months ago before March. So you're looking at just say end of the year towards. They get this report of child molestation. Cover up. All those workers you seen gone, but you didn't see the board chair gone.
Right. And keep in mind that all of these people that sit on her executive board of directors happen to work in the district attorney's office.
All the people that sat on the board. So the workers got in trouble, but not the people who sat on the board that worked in the DA office, which is Tasha Mosley, that would have been responsible for receiving these charges and accusations. So if the police department received it and they reported it, how did it stop at the DA office and go nowhere? Because the DA sat on this board.
Right.
That's what we're telling you. That's what we're telling you. The DA sat on the board of the Rainbow House. We have the facts. You guys have seen the facts. You have seen the emails. Now, they tell you 6 months prior is when they begin to receive these allegations going back. But we know the workers of the Rainbow House know, people in Clayton County know. I know it was reports given way before, 6 months before. The news also know because that information has been leaked to them. The FBI knows because it has been a report given to them. The DFAC system knows because it was a report given to them. And all of this was before Eric Holmes' mother.
Right.
So that's why now I'm telling you, like, hey, y'all, guess what? Now, had I known it before I started fighting for Eric, I would have skipped Eric and went straight to these babies, these young girls that's been molested, these young girls that, and we'll be careful because I don't want to say anything and then y'all use it against them, right? So these young girls that went through what they went through with you, it's known. You guys look it up. I bet you if you ask anybody about the Rainbow House, go ask your friend. Somebody go ask somebody about the Rainbow House. Say, hey, have you heard something about the Rainbow House? I didn't know it was that many stories. But the truth is, if you ask somebody about the Rainbow House in the state of Georgia, go ask your auntie or somebody that may have been through a couple things or something, or ended up in group home, go ask them about the Rainbow House and see what story you can get. and tell them that it's help out here for them now. If they go forward to the right place, if they don't want to go to them, come to us. We'll leak the information. If they're afraid, come to us. We know that they've been reaching out for help. We understand that these people have overlooked your reports, man. And Jeffrey Turner, I'm going to name it because it's facts. Like I said, I try not to come here and do nothing I don't supposed to do outside of we play some music that wasn't supposed to be played. But if I'm telling you something about somebody, I'm not here to talk bad on y'all. I'm here to ask y'all to remove yourselves.
Right.
Stop doing your counties like this. I'm happy. I'm seeing it. So I'm just happy to be here to speak about it. I have to see the paperwork. I have to get all this stuff. Why? Because I'm the one that's digging because my child is involved in your mess. So since I'm digging all this stuff, oh, baby, I'm getting it. When I begin to look, I'm telling you guys the same thing. Go look, y'all. It's right there. Right there for you to see. Go research. Go ask your friend. Ask somebody today. I challenge you. Ask someone today about the Rainbow House and watch what you get. Ask anybody outside of Clayton County District Attorney Tasha Mosley that we just seen everyone up under her get arrested. You guys have documents showing that she was the head, she was the boss. We all know corruption starts with the boss. The employees can't do no more than what you allow them to do. Unless you're running a facility that you're supposed to be over and you're not caring anything about it. Like this lady right here. Let's go to Sharon Steburger.
And Cheryl Steinberger is definitely one of a kind. She has worked for Lancaster County for over 30 years. She's a very respected public official, but sadly, we have some serious issues going on from within our jail right now. And there's actually a list on your screen. The first one that comes to my head is the treatment of Jamal Robertson being denied health care, mental health care. April 1st, 2023, he was picked up on a 302 warrant, which means that the officer was supposed to transport him and take him to the hospital to receive mental health care services. He had been burning himself. So on that day, Officer Torado with the Lancaster City Police Department had taken him to the hospital. And from our knowledge and understanding, there was charges brought up that he was not properly restrained and was able to hit a hospital security guard or something like that. And then they put him in the hole for over 30 days now. There's been more charges brought up against him. And thank you to Tom Lizzie with LNP for getting his story out there, although it wasn't exactly what I would have written, but it does leave it very open to where people can make up their own mind about the situation. Mental health crisis or felony. The latest this week, man tased, pepper sprayed in Lancaster County Prison. That's this guy. Sad situation. But it brings back other questions as well, like the murder of Paul Reardon. For anybody that doesn't remember, Paul Reardon was a young man that passed away in jail very shortly thereafter being arrested. His bail was set at $250,000. That was February 5th of 2022. We also have some other questionable cases that consist of, what about Erie Cruz? Erie Cruz was an individual that died in the prison, but his cause of death is asphyxia, meaning he was strangled. So it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to, here we have Brandon Schatz as well in 2017. He died of asphyxia. Asphyxia by law or by definition is to be choked. We also have William Kaufman. He died due to, they're saying, diabetes, which doesn't really make sense. There's a lot of things that's just not adding up. This guy died of acute fentanyl toxicity while in prison, which is very concerning. We heard some prisoner stories, and I can throw those up as well. Here's the article that LNP did this week. And all we can do, guys, is really just be, transparent and, try to either educate ourselves or teach somebody else. So asphyxia is the lack of oxygen, and it can be like from a ton of different reasons, but it just seems very weird that an inmate is suffering from asphyxia. We also have Richard Young, William Kaufman. There was a 16-year-old also a couple of years ago that was maced in a small cell with no justification whatsoever from the COs. And then we received some video today, and it is a trigger warning, but if you guys want to take a look, here we go.
So so the guy starts tying up a fucking towel, because you know the 3-man got the hooks. Yeah. He starts hooking up and like starts spinning in the towel. The CO's like, wait. He's like, not yet. Do it after midnight when I clock out. I don't want to do the paperwork. What? No. 1201, Cool Blue, 22. He tried to hang it up, bro. I'm sitting there with my man's eating the chips while he's sitting there trying to kill himself. I kind of felt bad though, because I'm human, but you know what I mean? CO's like,
nobody not about to die here, right?
He still works there.
No.
Okay.
No.
All,
all he says is,
hold on, like.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
Definitely
I want
not.
to be able to warn
No,
people.
100%.
You know, like I had my head back literally because I can't watch my own die, so I
Right.
see.
No. He's just an inmate that was recounting his situation of another inmate trying to hang themselves because a CO correctional officer that still is employed at our county prison, CO Santiago, told him to kill himself, but not on his watch whenever he got off of work. So he got off of work at 12 o'clock. At 12:01, they had a code blue. And the guy actually tried to do it. If it wouldn't have been for this guy and his cellie, it would have, turned out not as, successful as it was.
Okay, and was that the end? I'm sorry, because I literally had my head back the whole time it was on.
Yep, nope, that was the end. And it was just him, and I can post that too. Like if you check out my on Meg Keller on Facebook, I posted it as well.
Okay, and I wanted to bring my head up, like to look and not to hear, but I just, if it was gonna be some gunshots or something with him dying.
Nope.
I also want to, and I know you know me and you about the same. Like, if it was ever going to be something like that, I really don't want to show it to nobody. But if it was ever going to be, let's just please give them a warning. You get what I'm saying? Because
100%.
Enough die. We really do.
Right. So nobody should be susceptible to that for sure.
Yeah. So okay, thank you. I just had to come in on that part.
Yep. No, you're good. And also, let's talk about our petitions that we have going on. We currently have a petition for an impeachment or a step down for Tasha Mosley. And then we also have a petition for Cheryl Steburger to resign immediately. If you guys want to check that out on our change.org petitions. And me and Mama was talking about this earlier. We have had 1,425 people look at our petition, but only 66 of you have signed it.
Let me reiterate on that, man. That's the problem, people. Let's call it a problem. I want you to look at these numbers, and I want you to say to yourself, problem. And a lot of times as people, we wait on someone else to do something, right? Like they said, if an accident or something was to happen, the more people around, the less likely someone is to call for help. Because everybody's saying, well, somebody else can do it. Somebody else can share it. But the truth is, when you see 879 petition views, 0 shares, 40 supporters, you guys, that lets us know that not only is the system the problem, but us as people are problems. We clearly are a problem when you got numbers like this. Now, I bet you, if I was to go to the next page or whatever, or whoever, I can find all kinds of shares. Let it be something that doesn't even matter when it comes down to your life. We only standing here telling you this because we care about your life too. We could be saying whatever happened in Lancaster State Prison, let it stay in Lancaster State Prison. We ain't nobody that's over this. We don't have no control or nothing. We gonna talk about something you want to laugh about today. We finna do some move. We finna twerk. We finna do whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? Like real people stuff, right? Matter of fact, we finna go back and forth with each other. We just gonna argue and cuss each other out, show some beef. But we're taking this time to show you this because we're saying it matters. There's many things we can show. We can talk about your latest talk show. I love watching sisters. I can get on here, boy, tell you about Andy and Fatima them all day. But I'm getting on here saying, hey, y'all, here you go. And here go the facts with it. Now, if you choose not to do nothing with it, if you choose not to even come back and listen, because sometimes we can get talking a little too long, right? So if you choose not to even come back and listen, you are missing things that you need. Because I got it. I know what's going on in Clayton County. I know what's going on in Lancaster prison in case somebody end up there. I'm able to tell you who the warden is. This is information that you need to know. And that's why we got this here to do it. Impeach Tasha Mosley. You guys see, we showed you the Rainbow House video. You heard them say that the workers was charged. Well, you heard them say everybody was charged outside of Tasha Mosley and her people that work in the district attorney office with her. They are mandated reporters, you guys. Mandated reporters, meaning they have an obligation to report this.
Right. Immediately.
So the fact that whether they did any child molestation or not, whether she came and got more than 2 young girls from the center every now and again and took them out on her own or not, she still was a mandated reporter that failed to report the reports of child abuse and child molestation. You have 16-year-old kids sleeping with 45-year-old workers.
Right.
Let's get it understood. You have the lady over the center whose son is molesting these little girls, having sex with them, and these are girls out of sex trafficking. They've already been abused.
Right. And so the fact that Tasha and her office was involved in this makes it under the Georgia RICO statute. It's organized crime.
It's organized crime. Organized crime, and then guys, guess what she did? She recused her office from the case. She took her office off the case, saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna prosecute it. I ain't gonna let them know that I'm a part of it, but I ain't gonna prosecute it. You ain't gonna find out that I was the board chair of it unless you go research or unless you have the emails in which we have that I sent out, and when I was signing documents via Adobe, you get what I'm saying, and all this stuff that I was putting out." Like I said, I got to stand against you, so I ain't going to give you everything to be used against you. You get what I'm saying? Because it's going to come a point in time that I have to stand up against this because I'm saying it. So guess what? I expect when they go to Rainbow House investigating, the press will be talking to me because of the information that I'm putting out on you. But I only put out what they got out.
Yep.
You just got to go and get it.
And the fact that January 25th, 2022 is whenever she joined the Rainbow House.
And then they tell y'all months later, which is what they reported months later, but we know it happened before January 2022. It's documents to prove it. It was emails sent to Clayton County to prove it. Jeffrey Turner, we calling you out now. You and Tasha been covering this up. I can't wait to Victor Hill. Y'all seen the news said Victor Hill is gonna get an early release. And I'm wondering what got to Victor Hill's sheriff's office about that cover-up that he was about to expose, and probably allegedly found out he got the Jeffrey's office too, and Victor Hill was about to call him out, and they shot something up against him. I wouldn't bet you. I wouldn't doubt you. I'm gonna bet you though, but I wouldn't doubt you, because all of a sudden, all this stuff keep coming up. You know what he did, but they said he had the jails clean. They said when Victor was in the jails, you could eat off the floor. And you didn't have the deaths that you had now. You get what I'm saying? They say in the people in Clayton County, all of them, y'all, almost all his citizens. And I know it because I've been in contact with a lot of them. All of them on the back. Even Daphne Jabril mother and her son shot in the head said that Victor Hill was the nicest one she spoke with for Clayton County and one of the only ones that would listen to her. Yep. But Tasha them let him get dragged out all over the media. Now, mind you, look how quick she cut Eric's case. Because she didn't want her to get dragged, right? You could have been stopped them from talking about Victor. You could have been recused yourself from that case, just like you recused yourself from the Rainbow House. You jumped off that case quick. Look at the cases that she just jumped off of so quick. Think about it now. Tasha jumped up off them cases, but for Victor Hill, she let them ride that man out on TV. And then she come at the last minute before time was up and say, I'm out. I ain't going to do the case. You didn't do that for the Rainbow House. You immediately gave it to Chris Carr's office. Tell the truth.
Right. And what about Bernardus Johnson?
Bernardus Johnson, paralyzed. Y'all seen the report we put online? He was shot and he was a Marine. This boy,
a Marine shot at the child support office.
Shot at the child support office because he was going to answer to a report that his baby mom put out for asking for support. She in a whole nother state. It came to the wrong office. How y'all gonna charge him in Clayton County or have him at the child support office in Clayton County and he lives in Henry County? That's the first thing you did wrong. First thing you kind of did wrong because you're just full of wrongs. Even like I said, from your DFAC system. I dealt with them too. That's why I stand out there now with the grandmother that got a daughter that got over 9 cases on her. 9 cases, different counties, schools, and all telling on her. And she still got her children. And the grandma standing out there saying, hey, y'all, my daughter, they telling y'all, get my grandbabies out. We right here. Her sister right here. Come help. Not Clayton County. Not Clayton County. So what about Bernardus Johnson?
There has to be a change.
What about Khalil Jones?
Oh, I was just saying. Right.
What about Khalil
I was going to say, what about Khalil Jones?
Y'all didn't hear about Khalil no more, right? You remember we were just talking the other week saying that Clayton County, Tasha Mosley and her prosecutor, they didn't do their job in time, and they let out Khalil's boyfriend who had abused her. And when they let him out because they didn't do their paperwork in time, he killed Khalil. Y'all start hearing about that immediately. Y'all know why? Because the parent probably settled out. They knew they were wrong. Clayton County went ahead and shut them up. Tell the truth, Clayton County. Tasha, y'all bit that bullet. Go ahead and close it out. Y'all ain't heard nothing else about Khalil.
Right.
Y'all heard Khalil mama or anybody come and say, my daughter, why they let him out? Y'all ain't even seen the lawyer no more. And see, that's why I like using this, because I'm going to tell you. What about Eric Holmes? Eric Holmes is my son. I ain't going to even go in him too much. Y'all know about Eric Holmes. Y'all seen everything that man told y'all on there was a lie. Showed you the police report. He said they had an altercation. He said Eric draw the gun. They didn't show y'all none of that. Only thing they came back and told y'all was Eric stole the car. And you might have went for it. So let's get off Eric, because he going to get his just, and he the reason why I'm doing this right here. What about Jabril Robinson? What about Jabril Robinson? Shot in the back of his head. They said he had a gun, but guess what? He went to his girlfriend's house. They went to his girlfriend's house after they killed him and asked what kind of gun would he have. Tracy had that case. She was the DA. And now she's the prosecutor. I mean, now she's a lawyer out there. Tracy Graham, just like Keith Martin. So that's what we asked you about. What about them? And, you know, what are we going to do? And that's pretty much it for me.
Right. What we're going to do is stand up and fight. We're not going to stop. You know, we'll do it as respectful as possible. But at the end of the day, when you're wrong, and we have to be accountable. So why shouldn't they?
They got to be accountable. I think we can go ahead and end it, man, because we showed them our petitions. We went over our facts. It was that we had. We gave you guys an opinion. We told you that we have no hate towards these women. Okay, they're women just like us. May stand a little bit different. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Because they're doing the things that we won't do. We're not them types. Okay, they out here doing the work that Clayton County wrong. So they're totally different from what Meg and I are. But two women just like us. Our goal is not to bash anyone, but our goal is to call out whatever it is that we see that maybe you can't see. Even if it means we got to spend 30 minutes out of our day telling you something you may not even want to hear. And we already know how the views on the feed gonna go because we just showed you. We see that. We see how many look and how many ain't signing. But no matter what it is that you want to pay attention to, we're going to put it here because it deserves to be heard. You need to hear it. You ain't going to be able to say we didn't say it. Go back and get your information if you wasn't able to listen to it today. And until then, we wish you a great day and we out.
Tell me how you going to act like these black lives don't matter. Like that could have been your sister or your brother. I was trying to tell you to hold on. Hold on.